Hey guys, it's Zipzin here. I may be a bit late to this, but long story short, Jeremy Lynch is a bit of a prick. Now, if you don't know what happened, 2 years ago, roughly 2018, the Wembley Cup, which is hosted by EE and Spencer FC, it's sort of like a YouTuber football competition for charity. One of the teams involved was the XO. Now, the XO was like a collaboration group of a bunch of comedians, including Will and E, True Geordie, and main importantly, the person that we're talking about most here, Stephen Tries. The F2 freestylers were also involved, obviously, as they're basically the most popular sort of football-orientated YouTube channel, especially to do with actual football skill. And after the whole event at Wembley, there was a few rumours speculating that there was some sort of like scuffle or a fight or some argument between Stephen Tries and the F2, especially involving Jeremy Lynch, and like their hype man or whatever, whose name is like Hats or something, who's pretty much irrelevant and also a massive prick. But there was no evidence to suggest this until recently when Stephen Tries went on the Happy Hour podcast and was actually asked about it. And he basically confirmed what happened. Soon after, a video came out showing what happened. I'm just going to play the clip right now.
The only thing is though, oh, relax yourself, man. The only thing is, I don't want my followers to see him. Listen, regardless of being at home, going? Where's your future going? Huh? Fuck your team, man. Fuck your team. No. You're dead. You're dead. Well, relax, man. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You want to be fuck out? You fucking stupid. Fucking fat fuck. Don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me, bro. Do your fucking homework, bro. Do your homework.
Honestly, I want to know what that like Hacks guy's plan was if Brian, True Geordie, just decided to turn around instead of walking away. That would have probably been the best thing to say. I mean, True Geordie is like a fucking mountain of a man, like Jesus Christ. Also, Steven's dad, like, sticking his fingers up behind the guy's head is just true shithousery. I love it. But anyways, you're probably here for this video to find out how this all kicked off, how it all started. Like, why is there beef? Well, realistically, it's just all people overreacting and being childish. I guess it sort of kicked off back in the day when the F2 and the XO made a video where Stephen Tries and True Geordie did a bunch of footballing challenges. At the end, they were doing a bunch of jokes, and as on the Happy Hour podcast, Stephen said they tried to do a bunch of jokes, and the others were just not laughing, or they were saying like, oh, we can't put that in because people find out I live, or it's not good for our brand and whatever. And it just looked extremely awkward. If you watch the video, it just looks extremely awkward. And apparently some of the jokes that Stephen made, but remember, Stephen Tries, like his actual job on YouTube, he's literally a comedian. Like, the guy's hilarious. He's not taking the piss out of you to like harm you. It's just a joke. They were just not having it and just being pricks about it. Especially Jeremy Lynch, who, I mean, I'm pretty sure the first part of the video when they first like meet up in the car park, he flexes his like Audi, which he does a lot. So that just pretty much shows what he's like. So obviously ever since then, Stephen said that he's sort of like wasn't 100% on the whole F2 lot. Then a bit further on, obviously the XO were invited to take part in the Wembley Cup. They showed up. Now the Wembley Cup had this whole like qualifying group stage to find out who would be able to like pick their special like legendary players first, because they were used to bringing like players like Gerrard, Cafu, etc. to just play alongside them to just make a little show of themselves or whatever. Now in this sort of qualifying group stage, the XO came out against the F2 team, and the F2 managed to lose to XO, bearing in mind they had the much clear skill advantage. Now, apparently the ref blew the game like 2 minutes earlier than he should have, and therefore your man Jeremy Lynch, Jeremy Swaz, I think he wants to call himself like Swaz Lynch or some shit. I don't know, it's sort of cringe. Anyway, he started arguing with the ref and started calling this massive argument, which was sort of like no one really cared. So because of this whole like act of being an upset child over losing, you know, a game that didn't mean anything, Stephen Tries decided to make a diss track on the F2, which he released the like day before the actual a Wembley thing was happening. And it's a goddamn Stephen Tries diss track. Like, it's not serious. It's not offensive to you. It's a joke. His whole channel is just comedy skits. Jesus Christ. But yeah, obviously, big man like Jeremy Lynch, obviously with his very fruitful music career, where he rapped in front of his Audi wearing a Batman mask. And, I mean, just take a look at this.
You don't need a mask when you're with me. I don't care about your past or your history. We're governed by faith, but we're governed by fear. We're governed by fear. Cream of the crop. You're running in my head non-stop.
He's defo claiming me, isn't he? Like, do it, bitch. Do it. So he got offended and stuff happened. While on the pitch, he also two-footed Stephen and then apparently, like, started shouting at him. Bear in mind, it's in front of, like, a bunch of kids and fans. So, you know, just, like, you know, act your age. And then obviously after the whole event, the whole clip that I showed you happened, and there's not much really to it, except obviously recently people have been picking up on it, and like the video was leaked, and then Stephen Tries talked on it, I'm Alex talked on it, Spencer FC the organizer talked on it, who else? Cam Kirkin made a video on Jeremy Lynch, and Jeremy Lynch got pretty pissed. Yeah, so people have just been picking up now after like 2 years later, because obviously people were like, oh, Wembley Cup, when is it? And then this is the reason the Wembley Cup's not happening, is because people act like children. And it's not like this is just like a one-off thing. Like, the people that I mentioned, like I'm Alex, Stephen Tries, and Cam Kirkin, whether they talked about many other occasions where they've experienced or other people have told them that Jeremy Lynch, Swaz, whether is a complete prick. Like, the guy is just so full of himself. He's like, he said, I think he said he's like the best. He was the best ball player at Arsenal when he was in the academy, whatever. Bear in mind, this is like when Thierry Henry was about, who is probably one of the most legendary players of the game and of Arsenal itself. So it shows how much of the ego he has. But I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. Like, why is your ego so big? It's a charity football game. Like, I get you're a good footballer and you got all these, like, things. I mean, I'm pretty sure Simon Cowell on Britain's Got Talent, whether also told him he's got a massive ego when he went on. So, I mean, it's basically everyone telling him he's got a massive ego and he's so full of himself. Like, why are you being such a prick? It's Stephen Tries. Allow the guy. It's funny. And I mean, if you're trying to argue against Stephen Tries, like, you don't win. You can't win in, like, an argue. You can't diss Stephen Tries. You can't win. He's just too good at it. Okay, he's just too good. But I mean, all in all, this whole situation is just sort of funny how it's now being brought up. And I mean, I hope that Jeremy Lynch, Swaza, whatever the fuck his name is, like, gets, like, sort of his ego put back in place. Also, the other guy, like, I think his name's, like, Man Like Has on YouTube. Like, why are you acting up? I mean, Steven said it, right? Like, you're barely hitting 70k subscribers. There's levels to this. And I think that was a total, like, that was an amazing comment. I mean, he's got, like, 200k now, but still, like, I can't really chat. I got, like, 360 subscribers. But, I mean, I don't go around trying to scrap people because they made a diss track. Like, it's not deep. Someone make a diss track on me. I want to talk on it, please. That big. Anyways, I think I'm going to end this video here. Like, honestly, I just wanted to talk about it because I thought it was a quite interesting topic. And I watched a bunch of videos on it, so I was, like, semi in the know. But, I mean, I'm pretty late on this now, I guess. Like, people would start talking about this about a few weeks ago. The Cam Kirkin video is, like, 5 months old or whatever. But, honestly, I enjoyed making this. I apologize the quality's a bit worse than usual. I'm having to edit and make this on my laptop because I'm having some technical issues. But I want to start playing a lot more again because I've been taking a break just sort of thinking of content. And I'm going back to university soon, so I'm moving to my new room. Then I'm going to make sort of like a cool ass office, so make more content. I'll make a vlog about moving there. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. There's not much else to it, really. Hope you enjoyed. Zips out. Peace.